So here's one of the back legs after I've completed rounds 1 through 7. You can see we have like a little toe area at the front here that kind of sticks out and it starts going up. Now we're going to do a series of short rows just to give it a little bit more of a bend. So I'm going to share with you how we do that part. So for round 8, first we're going to start by making 2 single crochets. And then we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn. And then we're going to make 4 single crochets. We're going to chain and turn again. This time we're going to make 3 single crochets. And that 4th one up here, we're going to actually join it with the stitch down below that we haven't worked into yet. So first we are going to do our decrease. So we're going to stick our hook in this last single crochet stitch here. I'm going to pull up a loop. And then I'm going to go into the stitch down here from round 7 that we haven't worked into yet. Pull up a loop and then pull through all 3 loops. There we go. Pull through all 3 loops. And since we decreased there, but I don't want to lose a stitch, I'm going to make another single crochet back into that same round 7 stitch we just worked into. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to do 2 single crochets working around the foot. And then we're going to do another one of those joins. So I'm going to single crochet in the next stitch. This should be our last one before the short rows come up. And then I'm going to do a decrease. So I'm going to insert my hook into that same stitch, pull up a loop, insert into the stitch way up here. Once I get those 3 loops on the hook here, I'm actually going to change to green. So I'm going to pull through with the green now. I'm going to finish off this burgundy color like that. And I like to tie mine on the inside just to be sure nothing shifts out of place. Okay, so that's round 8, and as you can see, we get this curve here going up into the leg. For round 9, we're going to work increases into the front loops of round 8 all the way around, so we'll end up with 16 stitches. And that's what we have at the end of round 9. So it might be helpful before you start round 9 to actually mark the first and last back loops on the inside, because we are going to work on them in a little bit. So moving on to round 10, we're actually going to make a little tail that comes off the back of our foot. So we're going to single crochet into our first stitch. Increase in the next one. Now we're going to make our tail, so we're going to chain 9. I'm going to slip stitch in the second chain from the hook. Going to single crochet in the next one. Half double crochet and double crochet into the next one, so half double crochet and then double crochet into the same chain. Then in the next chain, we're going to double crochet and then half double crochet into the same chain. So we have our little leaf shape there. And we're going to single crochet in the next chain and slip stitch into the next 3. Okay, now we're going to continue working around the foot. We're going to do single crochet, increase 7 times till we get back to the start of our round. So at the end of round 10, our foot looks like this. And for round 11, we're just going to do a single crochet decrease all the way around. When you get to this little tail hang off, make sure you work behind it. So we're going to go behind it to do our next single crochet stitch. And pull it nice and tight. And continue working my way around. When we get to our very last decrease, in round 11, we're going to attach our white. So on that final yarn over, I'm going to pull the white through, cut the green, and tie them off. Okay, so round 12 is probably the trickiest part of this pattern. We are going to fold this green over. We're going to connect round 11 with the open back loops of round 8. Okay, so we have 8 open back loops and we have 16 stitches going around here from round 11. So what we're going to have to do is every 2 stitches of round 11 are going to connect to one back loop down inside from round 8. Okay, so we're going to go around and make 16 single crochet stitches, joining round 12 or joining round 11 to round 8. And I did not mark my back loop, so it's going to take me a minute to find it. Okay, I'm going to fold this down here a bit. So there you can see I'm going through both loops round 11 and I'm going through the open back loop from round 8C, and I'm going to single crochet them together. And then I'm going to go into the next stitch round 11. I'm going to go into that same back loop from 8C that I just worked into and single crochet them together. Okay. Then my next stitch from round 11 is going to connect to the next open back loop from 8C. I'm going to have to scoop over and go through there and single crochet them together. And now my next stitch is going to go into that same back loop it just worked into, single crochet. I'm going to continue this all the way around until all of the stitches are connected. So when you finish round 12, you'll see you have white starting to come up there, and then you have like this thick cuff that separates the white from the burgundy colored yarn. And you can continue on with rounds 13 through 16 to complete the leg. Okay, so this is one of the legs, the back legs completed. Make sure you stuff the foot firmly, but the top of the leg very lightly, because we're going to sew it up directly against the body, and we want it to stick out a little bit, but we don't want it to be too poofy. Okay, I hope that was helpful.